indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
nice kid. Dad's a good guy. His family's coming out today. Yeah. I've seen them all. The dad and mom have been here all since I've been here a couple days. Good folks. I never know when we go live. I never know when the sound actually kicks in. Welcome to everybody tuning in at home here for the final group game. For these two, we've got Wales in the green. They're the visiting team playing against a Croatia team that was coming off a very strong 11-3 win against the Swedes a couple days ago here in Wrocław, Poland. So we're just getting ready for this first face-off. I'm Fraser Hunter. Joins me by my left, I have got Marty Horkin here.
This is shaping up to be a very interesting game, of course. Both teams, big wins against the Swedes. A very dominant display from Ireland against both of these two. Both defences got tested quite a lot in that one, and some very good keeper performances. So these two fighting out for that second spot as first face-off's a scrappy one. It's number 4, Paul Chapman, coming up with it there for the Welsh. He can push it in transition, and he does so. Well, that's a big save there.
That's a nice take there. Really strong dodge right down the middle. As you mentioned, Fraser, this is an all-important game here in the group. This game will determine who's the second-place team.
Certainly. We've got Jamie Chambers just passing it to Josh Simpson-Pink there. He had a little bit of a quiet day against the Ireland team. They did well defensively against him after a big 5-goal game in the first one. Joe Harris, another big player for them. He likes to make things happen through the midfield. There's a little bit of off-ball play on number 7, Jamie Chambers inside, gets Wales a flag. And a big check on Paul Chapman. We've got a push.
So that'll be a 30-second penalty. We'll get to see the
Welsh man-up unit come out here and see how they do in their first attempt. They had several chances against Ireland. They went man-up over, I'd say, about 8 times or so in the game, but they had trouble getting it past the keeper in that one. Hopefully they have better results today.
Certainly, they moved the ball well in that one, just couldn't quite get things, as you say, past the keeper, who had a fantastic showing for the Irish team. Hopefully get one off the board early here. Alex Williams kicking it up top centre. That's Joe Harris. Out to Josh Simpson-Pink. Kicking it down. Just moving well. Down to Simo, old reliable. For this Welsh side, kick it inside to Simo. Comes all the way through to Alex Williams though. And the penalty is released. Wales just managing to keep the ball there. It's James Tiley, who scored the first goal for them in this tournament against Sweden back on Thursday, I think. Losing track of days.
It's been a whirlwind, doing 2 and 3 games a day.
Certainly has. It's good to have the weather on our side today though. It's been a little bit rainy the last few days. Great finish there. That's Joe Harris. Mentioned him, he's been very reliable, getting things going through the midfield for this Welsh team so far this tournament, and he gets another one there with a big alley dodge.
Yeah, what I like to see on that one is that Harris didn't hesitate at all. He caught that ball left-handed, switched to the right, drove down that alley, and a nice little shot beating the keeper between the legs.
Certainly did. Played his lacrosse almost exclusively at Simply Lacrosse Club. Did spend his university career at the blue and orange of MMU. Somewhat of a legend round those parts. As Wales look to get the second face-off win, and they do so. It's number 6, Jack Hallett, who's been solid on the face for this Welsh side. I think interestingly enough, they do have a very experienced face-off guy in Tomo Rossa, who has decided he wants to focus more on his attacking play, having played a lot of 6s recently. And Hallett stepping up to the plate and allowing him to do so. As we get a first look at this Croatian offence. As I mentioned, they had a big win a couple of days back against the Swedes. The key players in that one, number 12, who did serve the penalty a little bit earlier on. He'll be hoping to get things going again in attack. That's Domic Marin Batar. Got 4 goals in that game. He dodges down now. Kicks it inside. The ball just goes a little bit low, but managed to retain it up top. Interesting enough to see them keeping a long pole on the attack. He now substitutes. Out. Nice aggressive play there from number 8, Harry Perry, for this Welsh side. I think beyond those 4 goals of Domic Patar against the Swedes, it was a nice even spread. A lot of goal scorers getting 1 apiece, which early on in the tournament is great to see, but
We may have had a substitution violation right there. I did see some hesitation. The Croatian player stepped on the field, stepped off the field. I think they it might have been hesitation in calling it, but I think that they got the numbers right. It looked a little awkward, and they do call it going the other way.
certainly they're mistakes that they want to cut out early on. Particularly, we're expecting quite a contested game here. A lot of stuff going for both sides, so
Yeah, possession will be crucial in this game for both teams. They'll want to value the ball when they have it and take high percentage shots.
certainly that's number 10, Josh Simpson-Pink, getting to work there. Kicks it down to goal scorer Joe Harris, but comes all the way through to Jamie Chambers. He gets his first start of the tournament here. Plays his lacrosse out of Sheffield Lacrosse Club. He got a couple goals early on. Yeah, shifty lefty down there. It's his second appearance for the Welsh senior team. He did also play for the under-20s. I believe at the Limerick World Championships that was. Nice pass down. Joe Harris now. He rolls inside, manages to keep it behind goal. Some loose stick checks there from number 8 Patrick, but
Ooh, unfortunate right there. We were gonna have an over and back, and then the Croatian player stepped on the line. In lacrosse, the line is considered to be the offside mark, so his toe touches that line. The official was right on the spot. The ball will stay with Wales.
certainly it's unfortunate. They are quite thick lines here, so you've got to be careful at where you are stepping. Wales looking to get things going again and extend their lead. Nice little move, but it's a great check.
Nice double team right there.
This time we will have an over and back.
Yep.
Ball's going to Croatia.
Real nice defensive play right there by Patrick, last name Patrick. Very nice play.
Was, just kept his positioning well and managed to get that trail check off. Now they'll get an opportunity to have, hopefully, a nice settled offense here. Ball is with Patar, their key man. Just setting up in a 1-4-1 here. Just opening up that lane for him to run into. It's very good defence from James Tiley there. Ball gets kicked down. Good. There's a first showing for the Wales keeper there. It wasn't exactly a save, but he comes out and clamps the ball. It's his first few minutes in this campaign after some very good performances from Aaron Davey. You'll see just getting the opportunity to step up now, and I hope that he can be just as reliable as Tom Porter pushing the ball here. Just getting told to slow it down.
The heat could play a factor today. We've been having nice overcast and some rainy weather, and it's nice to see the sun out here.
Certainly.
Temperature will be in the mid-20s Celsius.
That's Josh Simpson-Pink doing what he does. I'm fortunate enough to play my club lacrosse with him, and I know he was frustrated with his performance against the Irish, but just evades a triple team there, just silky as you like, dunks it far post, gets a flag in the process.
And the flag will be wiped off. It was a technical foul, so the referee just acknowledged it will be wiped off. We'll be all even on the face-off here.
Certainly. Josh Simpson-Pink, a player who came through the England setup as a youngster, played both the U21 Euros out in Prague and then U20 World Championships in Limerick before switching across to the Welsh. He's really enjoyed the setup and the camaraderie and loved being part of the team for Wales, and I know they definitely loved having someone that can do a little bit of magic like that on their side, that's for sure. As there was no free ball called, but I think it was just assumed. As Wales come up with that scrappy ground ball.
Yeah, once that ball passes over the restraining line, everyone is free to release. And Wales comes up with another ground ball, another offensive possession coming if they can have an effective clear.
Yeah, and they get it up to Ben Stringer here. He's been a mainstay in this Wales team for the last few major tournaments. Solid little attacker. Shame that he wears black socks and black boots. It's white boots only in my eyes, but his pass just goes wayward. I think we've got an offside call against the Welsh on that clear. So Croatia get the opportunity.
You mentioned the black boots, black socks look. Whenever we see that over I referee and coach in North America, we often assume someone might be Canadian because they sometimes go with that style.
Yeah, he's not Canadian though here. It's reasonable to note the Welsh side is made up of completely UK-based players. They actually elected to turn down a couple of North American-based players leading into this tournament because they weren't as committed and they wanted that camaraderie and a close-knit team, which they've got here, and they'll hope to show that on defence as Harry Perry just putting pressure on number 32, Gordon Bryan. His wayward pass goes out of bounds and go back the other way.
In the early goings here, Croatia's offense has been a little bit unsettled. They haven't had they've had no scoring opportunities to mention quite yet, so Wales will look to clear here.
Yeah, I think their initial dodge looks strong, but the Welsh defence just being compact and sticking on cutters is making it difficult for them to get any sort of phases going here.
There was a nice lift by the Welsh defender as well, which maybe caused that errant pass.
Certainly was. Joe Harris, the opening goal scorer here, just slowing things down. We have a timeout for Wales. It's an opportunity for them, both teams, to get a bit of fluid on board and just calm down. As we mentioned, the weather's picked up quite a lot today. We're looking about sort of 24, 25 degrees. And I know the Wales boys were slavering up the old sun cream before the game.
I have myself. I've been on it myself. My fair skin does not do well with this.
Thankfully, this lovely gazebo's keeping us nice and sheltered.
Sure
there is
is.
a little bit of breeze cooling us down, but
and it's hard to complain too much about this nice weather because we were complaining when it was, cold and windy and rainy. We were saying that when Wales played Ireland, it was very much like a a day in either Wales or Ireland. It was being damp and sort of cool.
Certainly was. These, with all the rain we've had, these grass fields have held up really well though. I'm sure we'll see a few bounce shots playing a factor over the course of the day. I think we noted in the warm-ups the ball was kicking up quite a lot on those bounce shots, and it can make it hard to read, but both keepers are solid and they'll back themselves to read it well. Joe Harris going back out to restart on this near side. They themselves looking like they're setting up in a bit of a 1-4-1 as well. You've got Josh Simpson-Pink and Jamie Chambers just sitting in the crease. Oh, and it looks like they could have had another error there. I don't think the bench official was watching. Croatia actually did have too many men on to start that, and now the flag comes. I think he's realised.
As they say when you're an official, ABC, always be counting, and that's what was happening there.
Tomo Rossa trying to make use of that little bounce shot. He knew he had a flag, so he had a bit more of a green light. Shot goes just wide. And we will just double check. I think it is.
You say the legal procedure, 30-second penalty.
Yeah, it's particularly off a timeout. That's just sort of inexcusable from the Croatian side. Bench has really got to be on top of that. And say the officials have got to always be counting. It's important as players and coaches to always be counting as well, because that's a silly penalty to give away.
And especially when you have the 3 officials on the field plus the one in the box, they're not going to miss those, or they shouldn't miss those, so you have to be mindful as a player.
Certainly.
Oh,
no, we've got
an offside right there.
Yeah, great pressure on Josh Simpson-Pink there. He's unable to regain it, and Croatia just wanted to kill that penalty. It was only 30 seconds, so it won't be too hard. That's why I imagine Wales aren't pushing out too much. And now the penalty's released. We're at even numbers. That's a good change there on the halfway line. No illegal procedure on that one. And now they look to kickstart things here. It's number 32, Ryan, driving. Kicks a long pass up top and across to Rogic. Takes the speed out of it a little bit. I think if you're Croatia, you want to get it zipping a little bit more. This is a solid defence for Wales, and if you don't get them moving, they're going to make it hard for you.
Yeah, they've been very deliberate offensively, and I didn't have a chance to see them when they played Sweden, but I'd heard that was the sort of the call going into that. So deliberate on offense, but down 2-0, they want to make something happen, maybe get one before the end of the quarter.
Big bounce there. I'm not sure if the keeper, Jussi, got anything on that, but I'll give him credit. I think he had it covered.
Nice run out by the Welsh player on that shot in lacrosse. The person who's closest to the point of exit, where and when it goes out of bounds, will get possession, and Wales out-hustled, outworked to the end line, and now they have the ball again.
Certainly, and Tom Porter's CrossFit coming in good use there as he manages to clear the ball. He's another one who plays his lacrosse out of Timperley. Also, one of the founding members of Nuneaton Lacrosse Club in the Midlands. Kicking it across.
I love to hear about all these different clubs that you have over there. It's just, it's great for the sport of lacrosse. It's only going to help everyone get better.
Certainly.
It's exciting.
Big things happen in the Midlands. As nice little pass down. There's good things happening here as well. That's James Tiley, a little dodge over the top. Skips it down to Ben Stringer, who I've mentioned a couple times so far. He drops his hands, flicks it high. And all of a sudden it's 3-0 to Wales with just over a minute to go in this quarter.
Really nice find by Tiley right there. And I like where the shooter got the hands free and just stung that corner. Really nice shot.
Certainly was. Wales coming up with all the face-off wins so far. One of them was very scrappy, but we'll hope to continue that as they do so. Jack Hallett just flicking it out.
Ooh.
Yeah, but great ride.
Kayak check right there. That was a beautiful thing by Ford Jonathan.
we've got a timeout for Croatia. Wales getting the win on paper, but great ride from both the long stick midi and the oncoming attacker. Gorek Bryan puts that pressure on number 4 Paul Chapman, and Croatia get the opportunity to have the ball with the last 30 seconds of this quarter. I think, as we've mentioned, they just been a little bit stagnant so far in attack. I think this little timeout will be an opportunity for the coach to just say, look, let's calm the nerves and work with each other. It may be hot, but the harder you work now, the less we've got to work in that last quarter, trying to keep in the game.
And that was an energy play right there by Jonathan. That was a great little check. He sort of used the back end of the stick, sort of call it kayak check. Really nice, pretty. You know, he dislodged the stick of the Welsh player. Ball went flying. They scooped it up. Called the timeout. That's a really nice play, and hopefully they can gain some momentum with that.
Certainly hope so. It's always good to get on the scoreboard in the first quarter. I think it's a little bit disheartening if you're going into quarter time with a big fat 0 on there. So they've got 35 seconds-ish. Obviously the official time is being kept on the field, but
Yeah, they need to draw something up right here. Hopefully use this last 35 seconds to get on the board in the start of this game.
Certainly, especially as mentioned, Wales coming up with the face-off wins so far in this game. Croatia, when they have the ball, really need to use it because they may get suffocated. It's something that this Welsh defence does quite well. As the scoreline ramps up, they're really good at just staying compact and just starving you with the ball when they get it in attack. It's a nice little dodge there from Rogic. He gets it down the wing, kicks it across. It's a nice move there from John, but great defence from Tom Porter. Come back up with it though, it goes out of bounds. And it's Yossi backing it up. He deems closest to the ball as it exited.
And that's one of those ones where there'll be complaints suggesting that it should have stayed the other way, but he was the closest when it went out of bounds. It's not when you stop running, it's when it does go out. So
certainly, it was Brennan Michael doing well to get the shot off there, but it's not to be, and all of a sudden, going into this quarter time with 3-0 to Wales and a solid performance that they'll be happy to build on.
I did like, though, I think that there was a little bit more pace in the play right there by Croatia. I think that they were, as you said earlier, sort of a lot of standing around. They were moving the ball, making some athletic plays. So as much as it didn't get the result they wanted, they did have a nice look at the net right there, even on a broken play, and hopefully they can carry that through to the second.
Certainly, I think we mentioned it earlier, this game's very important for both sides as well. Obviously the knockout starting tomorrow, they'll be fighting for that second spot to guarantee a place in the play-in games. Obviously the importance of this tournament as a World Championships qualifier for Japan in 2 years. So both teams will want to give themselves the best possible opportunity to get in that top 7.
Actually, it's funny, Liam didn't think it was playing. I thought it looked, the goalies especially. Okay, ready to go.
Okay, you are joining us back for this second quarter. If you missed the first, it's 3-0 to the visiting team in green. Wales they've been very solid when they've had the ball, and on the face-off, been fantastic as well. They put in this other face-off guy, Will Graham, out for this one. He'll hope to continue the work that Jack Hallett's been having in there.
Yeah, Hallett did a great job in that first quarter, winning those face-offs. Possession's the key. You can't score unless you have the ball. So.
Perfect. Will Graham with that win,
Nice
flicks
win.
it out to Paul Chapman, who's in yards of space. He'll kick it all the way back to Yossi in goal. He'll take his time with this clear.
Nice ride.
It's a very good ride. He put himself under a little bit of pressure, Yossi, but thankfully for him, Stephen Harris was there to pick that ball up and get it over. Now look to get things going here. Kick it down the side. Through X with Josh Simpson-Pink. It's interesting to see him playing in attack. He spent almost all his career coming through like an offensive midfield position. I know that's where he plays for our club team, Wilmslow, but if he thinks he's getting my attack spot, he's got another thing coming. But he has done very well here for the Wales team this tournament. So skip through. Good little move there. That's number 15, Will Monks, keeping the ball hot.
I found that in my playing career, I've gravitated towards attack. Nice take. Nice finish.
Yeah, that's Paul Chapman there. He's a solid two-way midfield option for Wales. He's put some good defensive shifts in so far, and you can see what that goal means to him.
Yeah, he's real excited. That was a nice take, strong dodge. Again, you know, Croatian defense isn't quick to slide right there, meaning they're not quick to double team. He just sort of beat his man and had the keeper to beat and had a nice shot, picked a corner, and that's the fourth goal. So they're in the driver's seat right now. Croatia wants to change this up. They need to start winning a few face-offs and gain possession.
Certainly. As I said, something that you stereotypically see from these Wales sides, they'll ramp up the score and then they'll suffocate you on defence, really isolate players, be physical, and then when they get the ball, they'll be patient with it, really play you out the game, and that's what they're looking to do here. Josh Simpson kicks it to Alex Williams. Up to Joe Harris, who opened the scoring today.
And another strong face-off win there by Graham.
Certainly was. Tomo Rossa now. He got a big goal against Ireland. He looked to add to that account as he comes underneath. Just kicks it through X with Josh Simpson-Pink. Looks inside. That's unfortunate there for Ben Stringer, but some great defence. He managed to get the ball over here with...
Some of the fans are looking for a flag right there. That the hands kind of did extend and come up sort of in the collarbone, almost head level. Might have had a cross-check, but...
Certainly officials didn't give it.
Nope.
But number 10, Rogic, manages to get it over. He's been one to watch so far for this Croatian side. Just settling it down, ball up top now with Ryan. Just the dodge on Joe Harris, kicks it across. So Patar going to goal, just puts it behind. His teammates back it up and regain there. The dodge comes up, gets his hands free.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, that's number 5, James Tiley, who's going to take one. I think just a late hit. Let's see what they actually give.
Push.
30 seconds for a push. I think he's been lucky with that. He could have been given a bit of an unnecessary.
And they're ready to go right here. See, international play once the offense is set and ready. And that's deflection right there by Wales. But they're ready to go, and ball's in the stick.
They got away with that, Wales. The substitution just being a little bit delayed. Being quite active, this man-up offence for Croatia. But Wales just keeping sticks in lanes, just cutting out any passes through the middle, which is good to see. And a wayward pass there. That was number 12, Patar. Is someone that we highlighted of having a particularly good game against Sweden. Be annoyed at that pass. And all of a sudden, the penalty is released. All even for this clear. That's a wayward pass there. That's Tom Porter. He's just playing with his stick a little bit. He's playing with his strings there, I think, but ball flies over the head of keeper Yossi, and Croatia getting gifted another opportunity to attack here with just over 10 minutes left in the second quarter. It's a nice little dodge there. Great defence again from Harry Perry. Good pressure again from the Welsh defence. Ball hits the floor. They just retain it. That was Christiansen doing a fantastic job getting that one-inch ground ball for his team.
And we could have been over and back right here. And that's what we'll have. It'll be a turnover. It's akin to a backcourt pass in basketball. That midfield line, once you gain the offensive area, you can't go back over. And they did, so it'll go to Wales.
Certainly. Interestingly enough, that's a relatively new rule in international lacrosse. Came in, I think, 3 years ago, the over and back rule.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good addition. Great
Nice
ride from
here.
Josh Simpson Pink there. He's
Flag
going to get a
they
slash.
call on for. Didn't.
I think it was all on the glove. That was great hustle from him. He'll be annoyed at that one, but he gets an opportunity to just regain his breath on the penalty bench. Croatia's offence that looked good in this man upset previously will get another opportunity to do so.
And it'll be a minute penalty as well, so nice opportunity for Croatia to get on the board here.
Certainly is. Interestingly enough, though, the penalty does start as soon as he sits down, and Croatia have wasted, I'd say, a good 10 seconds or so of it in not getting the ball to the halfway line to start it. Good movement. Just being patient now. Interesting set. It looks like they're going between a 1-4-1 and then popping one of those players out to a backside to overload and hopefully get a look, but wayward pass just goes out of bounds and Wales just get it back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there for Croatia. Turnovers seem to be the story today.
Yeah, just being nice and patient with it.
Yes, and in international play, there's no clearing counts, there's no time, there's no shot clock. That will be coming in. Is it next year or is it at a later date? I know it is coming in to international play.
Yeah, it's coming in for the next World Championships at senior level. It'll be interesting to see how teams adapt when that does come in. Because as you say, a lot of European sides really like to take the sting out of it and slow it down. They've just killed the best part of 30 seconds on the penalty there, and now we're back to full strength.
Yeah, nice job here, the man down unit, and they'll look to clear now.
Nice little
clear
kick over the top from Josh Simpson Pink, and Wales get it down.
Give a timeout.
That's a good call. Again, it is quite hot today, so it's a nice opportunity after they've just killed that penalty. Just get some fluid on board and just regroup the Welsh. Only the one goal in this quarter. It was a very well worked goal for number 4, Paul Chapman, but they want to just settle it and make sure that they get a bit of a lengthy possession after a few failed clears. They have seen a lot of defence this quarter.
Yeah, and even when Croatia has been on offense, they haven't generated any real shots on net. Some have missed the net. They've had a couple of nice takes, but they really haven't tested the goaltender at all.
Certainly, it's as we said, they've opted to switch to having Yossi in net today. Yossi Groot for Wales. He's not really been tested all that much. A couple of saves. He spent a lot more time clearing the ball than he has actually seeing shots. Croatia really need to change that before half-time if they want to stand a chance of beating this Welsh side and finishing second in this group.
Especially given that they've struggled to win face-offs. That's a real big one. So Wales, is up 4-0, but they're also retaining the ball. They've had more possession time, and with that, it's difficult for Croatia to score.
Certainly. It's going to be Joe Harris coming out to start with the ball here. Him and Stringer just having a little joke of who's going to have it. It is actually Stringer that's going to start with it. Jamie Chambers getting back on the field, Sheffield's finest. He's up top. down with Stringer. He kicks it across to Paul Simpson.
The stall warning's been put on right here, so Wales will have to keep that ball underneath the restraining line, which is that line that goes across from cone to cone across your field in that sort of bottom quarter of the field. They have to keep it under that or they will lose possession.
Yeah, it was an interesting time to put it on. Not long started after the timeout, but great little knockdown. That was number 19, Robert, and he sends his team up the field with number 12, Domic Patar, who's been quite quiet today.
Yeah, Duvniak.
Oh, that's off the pipe.
Play.
That was Jonathan with a big pole opportunity.
And I just realized, too, that the names for them, so that they're putting last name first, so I'm sitting there calling him Ford Jonathan, but it's actually Jonathan Ford. I just realized on our roster that they were given in reverse. So I had a chance to see Duvniak play the other day. He carried it over midfield, number 19. Played his lacrosse at Harvard. Which isn't too far from where I live in Massachusetts.
Just slowing things down now. Wales. And we've got
possibly a Ward right there, maybe?
I think it was a Ward.
Yeah. I'll go with a Ward right there. So
Croatia's defense has looked quite solid so far. They've been compact. They've been aggressive on ball and not really trying to get those takeaways, just trying to soak the impact of these Welsh dodgers, and they do really well there to get the turnover off the ward, as we say.
They'd like to get something going here, though. I'm hoping they can get something to the cage.
It's a great drive there. Good on-ball defense again from Harry Perry.
Yeah, Perry's doing a nice job out there.
It's Domic now. Drives over the top, gets his hands free for the shot, and
nice shot.
It's a great little goal from him. Well worked. Second phase, the first dodge has made the defence move. They kicked it back, and a nice little sweep over the top with a bit of a loose pick.
So Domic gets himself on the board and gets the team on the board, and he has been their leading scorer in this tournament, so it's good to see for him. Nice little shot, but again, like I said, get something to the net. Test a goalie, especially someone who hasn't played in this tournament yet. Yeah. This is his first opportunity. You want to test him.
Of course, and he's just sent that low skimmer. I think keepers expect, particularly with how firm the ground is, for it to bounce up higher, so you'll see maybe delayed getting down to it, and great little finish.
Here's a chance for some momentum here for Croatia, winning a face-off.
Certainly, that's Jonathan Ford with that win. He's been a player to watch so far for Croatia. Gets it down nicely.
And lacrosse is one of those games where momentum, plays a role. You get one goal, and then maybe it carries into another one. You win a face-off. Then you turn the ball over, I guess. So the ball goes the other way. It'll be Wales.
Cries from the Welsh spectators alongside us to make this possession count. They've been quiet since a goal from Paul Chapman earlier on in this quarter. You'll see just dipping it over the top to Tom Porter. Paul Chapman keeping him on side.
Yeah, nice little stretch clear right there. The long pole stretches over. The attackmen can't follow because they don't have they're not on side if that was the case, so it's a nice little clear by Wales.
Certainly, and Tomo Rossa just trying to push the tempo now, get his team going. Nice little shot from Stringer, but there's no backup, and it's going White.
Really? It was on that far side. No one was sort of hustling after that ball.
Yeah, Jamie Chambers putting his effort, but the ball had already gone out. Yeah, again, they're getting it up now.
And just under 3 minutes left in the half.
Yeah.
Wales has plenty of time to get another one here, and they'll call a timeout.
A good call from the coach. Obviously, a 1-1 quarter here. They'd love to get a little bit more momentum before the half time. If you can go in on a run of 2-3 goals, then it really changes what you have to say at half time, and it changes the mood of the camp.
Sure does. So your score is 4-1. We're going to step away for a few moments until they. Okay, I apologize. We're only in a timeout. I thought it was the end of a quarter. I'm Been doing too many games there, Fraser. I don't know. That's only a timeout.
We'll blame it on the heat.
Maine. And
Yeah.
I'm under a tent here.
Interestingly enough, a far side there, we see Aaron Davey, who I mentioned, fantastic outing against Ireland in between the sticks. He's just warming up, so I don't know if we'll see him in the second half. Just did a few little reflex drills. 18 years of age, Aaron Davey, plays out of Stockport Lacrosse Club. His father's alongside watching, as is the rest of his family, but father very active in the Northwest lacrosse scene, former chairman of Stockport, and he's actually one of the officials at this competition. Obviously not getting put on any Wales games, but it's a proud moment for father and son.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. There's been some nice family connections. I've seen, there's been a few teams that have brothers playing alongside each other, and in some cases on the same line as each other, with father and son connection there. It's nice to see, and that's one of the beauties of lacrosse, the camaraderie, like you mentioned earlier.
Certainly is. Interestingly, you save on that in terms of people playing together. I believe on the Swedish team, one of the, unfortunately don't have the names to hand, but one of the defensive midfielders is the son of one of the backup goalies for them. They had the opportunity earlier in this tournament against Wales to both share the field, which is a big moment for father and son. But Croatia just getting us started with just over 2.5 in this first half.
I have a small piece of that in that I'm commentating games while my son is playing. Not quite the same as being a teammate, but both of my boys did play together in Limerick for Team Ireland, so I know firsthand just the amount of pride that goes into something like that.
Certainly, it's a great little move.
Really nice take.
That's the goal scorer, Domic Marin with that one.
Yeah, that's a nice take right there.
Retain it with the backed up shot here, Croatia. Nice little skip pass over the top. Goes back to Domic, but it's a poor pass in truth.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Domic did his best to keep that in.
Yeah,
Tried.
It's not what they would have wanted off the back of a timeout. Paul Chapman just trucking his way through there and getting that possession.
Yeah, he looked like a running back in American football right there coming through.
He's a big guy, and yeah, again, a shot. I think the keeper's backed that one up. Official, obviously a different angle to me.
He was right on that spot back there, so he had a better angle. Good job. Nice effort by the goalkeeper, though, to get out there after it.
Certainly. He's been solid in goal today, Thomas Turgo.
Well, Turgo against Ireland had, I think, 23 saves. He was wonderful.
Nice little behind-the-back attempt there from Stringer.
BTB right there.
Jamie Chambers backing it up for his team. Weird little interesting fact about Jamie Chambers, that he actually grew up on a nudist colony just outside of Sheffield. He says that gave him the confidence to be expressive in his game, which is a strange one, but
yeah, I saw that in the sheet, and I wasn't sure whether he was serious or not, but good for him.
I think there's a few people on that Sheffield team that are from a similar background. Good movement here from Wales. There's 30 seconds left. They'll want to utilise this and get one more before the break. Obviously just the 2 goals in this quarter. Score is 4-1 in Wales' favour. Stringer now just taking his time.
Short time in the half here, 15 seconds.
Comes up well, kicks it up to Josh Simpson-Pink. He obviously had a great goal earlier on. Skip it down low. Joe
That's
Harris.
a big save by Turgo.
It was. He's just made himself big on that near pipe, and that is all we will have in this this first half. Story of the defenses so far, and some big saves from both keepers.
That one was especially big right there. That could have been a big momentum swing there for Wales. We'll leave you at halftime right now with your score. Wales 4, Croatia 1. See you in about 10 minutes.
honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
Let's get going. Okay, I assume that we are back on the mics as the both teams coming out to start this second half. We've got yet again another face-off. That's number 48, Jonathan Ford, taking one. He got a big win after they switched things up after losing the first few, and then number 6, Jack Hallett, who was put up a good showing on the first few faces for Wales. We have had a goalie change for Wales. Aaron Davey coming back in between the sticks. He played their first 2 opening games. Yossi didn't really have much to do, just getting substituted. It was a nice quiet half for him. He cleared the ball well. That is Wales winning the first face-off, but I think loose ball push in there, so Croatia get the first settled offense opportunity for this second half. Their lone goal came from number 12, Domic. Pointed him as a danger man. It was a nice little sweep over the top of a pick and a good finish. Looked at some good defence there. Here's Jack Hallett coming up with it. It's just really physical dodge attempt from Gorup, but some great defence from Wales, particular number 19, Owen Edwards.
And a nice run there by Hallett to bring that over and clear it. Showed a lot of composure right there, beat 3 men, got a ground ball in traffic, nice play.
Yeah, I think something you see quite a lot in the game in the UK, just physical clears, really dropping your shoulder and getting it there, and he did that well as Jamie Chambers just swings it up to Joe Harris. He gets it across to Josh Simpson-Pink, who we saw score a really lovely goal in that first half, and he'll try and get another here, drives over the top, drops his shoulder, good defence.
Way to turn him back right there.
Gets his hands
Forward.
free. He really is silky. See.
That was a nice take, though, by Pink. He caught it coming out of the box. He had a nice head of steam. It was a nice downhill dodge, went to sweep his player. He had the guy beat. There was a nice double. Ford popped in, turned him back.
Yes.
If he made that, if he ripped that on the run, he might have had a chance, but held it, tried to get a little something better, and no harm, though. They still retain the ball.
Doing really well here, Wales, to be patient with it. Stringer just coming around the goal. He gets his hands free, but I don't think anyone really knows where the ball ended up. It was blocked by the defender, and it's number 19, Dovniak, trying to clear it.
We had a loose ball push right there.
Yeah, good call from the officials. So Croatia get it back. They get it over now. Yeah, just taking the sting out of it. As we mentioned a few times, it is quite hot here in Wrocław. So they'll be relieved to just slow it down a little bit. Just see how this Welsh defence shapes up. Nice little dodge. Rolls back well. It's a good slide, but number 3, Kokalecha, doing well there for Croatia to keep the ball. Being really patient with it now. Nice little pass inside, and first stop for Aaron Davey. He'll be thankful that it wasn't the best of finishes, but they'll look the same on the save sheet.
And Brennan had a nice feed right there, too. It was a great opportunity. Watch that free hand there.
There's a long ball over the top from Davey to Tomo Rossa. Just lets it bounce and then flicks it on when the slide comes to Simpson down the side. Now Joe Harris just getting them set up. He likes his match-up here. Drives through well. Very athletic player, Joe Harris. Can run all day long as he loses his footing and fails to run there. Stringer just with a little no-look shot on the turn. Big stop yet again from Turgo. Jamie Chambers comes back up with it for his team. Kick it up top. I think this Croatian defence has worked well for the majority of this game. They've slid well and recovered and made it difficult for Wales. Tomo Rossa with a shot from outside. Jamie Chambers backs it up. you know, the score only being 4-1, I think Croatia definitely very much still in this game. Although they've not had as many possessions, I think the Turgo between the sticks has done fantastically well, and as I say, the defence has just stayed physical enough to keep Wales at bay. Nice little switch behind there. And he'll like this matchup, Joe Harris.
The attackman going against the short stick.
Nice skip
play.
through, but
Active stick.
he's there again, number 19, Dovniak. He's a big guy and he fills that space well. Joe Harris with the diving attempt, but Turgo just eats that one up and gets the ball out for his team.
That's what Turgo can do. He's a game-changing goaltender right there. Really nice save on that sort of backhanded shovelly shot.
Certainly. It's Horish Blight now for Croatia. He kicks it behind. Great defence from Finn Sykes there for Wales. He's another club mate of mine, very physical player. Skip it all the way down, but no one's there. It's a wasted possession for Croatia again, and Aaron Davey just going out to take that, telling his team to just settle down a little bit. Mentioned 18 years old, Aaron Davey. His first appearance for this Welsh side, and I'm sure it won't be his last. He's done very well so far this campaign. Ball just coming all the way through. A lot of pressure there, but Will Monks does very well to keep it.
Yeah, Ford's really pushing out on that.
Certainly, Tomo Rosser just slowing things down as they get the right personnel on. Alex Williams coming in. Another player with a lot of experience for Wales. Nice little screen. Josh Simpson-Pink kicks it down, but nice knockdown. And Croatia just clearing it now with Horish Blight. Does very well to evade Josh Simpson-Pink's pressure. Skip it all the way through. They'll look to push the tempo a little bit, but now they protect the ball. And
double team coming.
that looked like a push in the back for me. No refs calling anything. Nice little pass over the top.
He may have gone with the fact that he really wasn't disadvantaged, I guess. He retained possession. You know, maybe that's why they pass on something like that.
Potentially. Either way, as you say, Croatia still with the ball. A lot of aggression from Alex Williams here on Horish Blight at the top. It's really sealing him off. They've obviously seen something that they've talked through at half-time and seen him as a threat. Just getting things moving. They are looking a lot more active, Croatia off ball. Nice little pick and pop. Gets his hands free. Turns well. That's number 13, Brennan. Michael Brennan with it. Now a big shot.
He ends up on the turf.
Yeah, number 20, John Brennan.
Interesting to note from an offensive perspective, I'm not seeing Patar out there for Croatia.
Yeah, he's had a lot of stints in defence today. But obviously a big goal for them. Josh Simpson-Pink just slowing it down, kicks it up top to Tomo Rosser. Just making one more sub here, Wales. It's Joe Harris coming into the field. He's been as active as ever.
Domic, I should say. That was what I meant to say, his first name.
Just being patient here. Tomo Rosser kicks it up to Josh Simpson-Pink, who looks to engage. Kicks it down low. Alex Williams looking to turn that corner, does so. Another big save there from Turgo, and Croatia getting the opportunity to clear, but nice pressure from Josh Simpson-Pink. Pushes the player out of bounds, and he'll start things quickly for his team. That should be a flag.
Flag on the play.
Yeah,
Didn't give him 5 yards. And a goal.
Great finish. Penalty will be wiped. Nice little move from Josh Simpson-Pink. Kicks it into Joe Harris. He gets his second of the day.
Yeah, Harris with a nice shot right there. We had a flag down situation on a restart. The defensive player has to give the offensive player 5 yards. Didn't do that, and we had the flag on that, but it will be wiped out as a technical foul upon the goal being scored. We will be all even for the face-off. It's a nice goal by Wales, but that's the second chance opportunity they had. Croatia had a chance to clear. They failed to clear. Wales gets it back. Those are the ones that hurt. Those are like the back-breaking type of ones when it's that sort of second chance that you give them, and then they cash that one in right there for Wales.
Yeah, Joe Harris with his second of the day. In fact, he actually does have a blue-orange tattooed on him for the blue and orange of MMU. I'm sure all his teammates will be watching back home. That is Manchester Metropolitan University, for anyone unfamiliar. A big programme. They create a lot of new talents that haven't played the game before, along with a lot of talented players that have played previously. Wales coming up with a face-off win. That's off a loose ball hold from one of the Croatian players. Good little pick up there from Paul Simpson. He's in his 40s. He's a very experienced player. He was top goal scorer for the whole competition in Netanya, Israel. Still kicking it for Wales, and that's unfortunate there from Paul Chapman. Nice little move inside. We saw him get a similar goal earlier on, but another big save from there from Turgo.
What I found with Turgo is he's very, very good in tight like that. He sort of waits and then he pounces, he explodes upward. Nice save.
He certainly is a very good keeper.
In the Ireland game, he probably took, I would say, 8 goals off the board.
Josh Simpson-Pink with a big outside shot. He's had one today. He's looking to extend that there, but just sends it wide. Maybe kick it in, but a low pass to Jamie Chambers. It's just backed up on that far side by Ben Stringer. Really compacting inside there. A lot of movement from Wales. Just trying to work people free on the outside. They kick it up to Pinky here. He looked to get to work on that pole. He'll soak that pressure and now move it out wide. Number 15, Will Monks with it now. He drives underneath, gets his hands free, but another big save from Turgo. He comes out to be aggressive for the ground ball, but he come up with it, kick it up top. Ben Stringer gets his second of the day. Fantastic little move. Turgo with a big stop of Will Monk's effort.
Really nice ground ball, though, behind there, and then to find the open man as the keeper was out, defenders were out trying to pounce on him. Wales came up with the ground ball, and a really nice find with that finish.
Certainly, that's their second of the half, extends their lead by 5 to 6-1. As I said earlier, it's something that Wales like to do, just suffocate you with possession. It's something they've always done, this Welsh side, particularly as they start ticking that score up. They'll be more patient with it. And then, as we've seen a couple times, when Croatia have had the opportunity to try and clear or try and get the ball back, they're nice and physical, come up with it, and that's a great win there from Will Graham. Kicks it out, Stringer almost gets back-to-back goals. But another big stop from Turgo.
That's a nice save by Turgo right there.
Yeah, just getting the opportunity to walk it over here. Ford, he's been solid for Croatia today. Now ball with Domic, who scored their lone goal. He'll look to engage here as his defender turns it back. That's great game awareness there from Domic. He saw his defender, James Tiley, turn his back. Looked like he was going to dodge, and then just an unpicked up cut from Jonathan Ford. Just saying how active he's been for Croatia, and that's the two most notable players outside of the keeper for Croatia.
And I would say, too, with that look, I think that probably Wales probably knows that Domic is the go-to guy. Maybe they think and think he's going to drive or take it himself, and then he finds the open long stick midi or pull down there with Ford. That's a nice finish.
Yeah, he was really calm and composed when the ball came to him. Took it well over his shoulder.
I like his game. I've been, from a defensive standpoint, he's very active. That sticks in there. He's looking to lift and get the one hand in there. He's getting, into his offensive skills as well. So, nice young player in Ford.
Certainly. They'll look to push it now. Nice little skip down low. The pass is just out of bounds. It was a nice little recovery check yet again from Ford.
It was a nice little face dodge right there. Tried to find his man, but had that connected, that would have been a great scoring opportunity for Wales.
Certainly. Just be slow here. Alex Williams just trying to press it. They get it over here with number 17. He pushes it. Can get another pole goal. No, he kicks it inside. Ball down low. Tom Porter just running in. He's gone down a little bit soft. I know, having played against Tom Porter, he's not the biggest of hitters. He's quite technical, but gets a loose ball push anyway. Pass up top now.
We're coming up on 25 seconds left in the quarter. Flag on the play.
Yeah. So it's 4. So Tom Porter getting called off. D Midi, Callan Stevens. Another one from Wilmslow. Big shout out to him. He's very athletic, but he goes to fill in the attack so they can get another pole in for Thomas Porter.
Croatia will likely hold the ball here. There's only 17 seconds left in the half. They may elect to hold it, then they'll retain possession moving into the fourth quarter. If they were to do that, they are in no rush to shoot right here, because they've had a little bit more difficulty at the face-off X. It's nice to start with the ball in a man-up situation.
Certainly, and it gives them the opportunity to talk over how they're going to play it as well. The man-ups look good at times today, but they'll be hoping to get a goal back to start the fourth quarter. We will take a short break. Score is 6-2 in Wales' favour. See you on the other side. So we are starting out here. Is the last goal scorer for Croatia. Ford coming out to start the man up. Obviously they kept the ball at the end of the last quarter so that they could start with possession for this one. Just looking to engage. Very aggressive man down defence there for Wales. That's Finn Sykes putting pressure on ball behind.
Nice save.
It's a big save. As the penalty's released for Wales, Aaron Davey just hugs his pipe well and makes himself big. And all of a sudden, Croatia with a...
Over and back. It'll be Wales' ball.
Lazy little pass. They worked the shot well there on the man up, but Wales going the other way. Nice opportunity for Alex Williams, but another big save from Turgo. Skip it inside. Chapman has one today, but it doesn't get another there as we just clear it here. That was Kukalecza with the wheels to get it over halfway. Nice little move. Number 20, John Brennan with a nice opportunity, but another big save from Aaron Davey.
Yeah, Davey's had 4 or 5 saves since he's come in.
Certainly he's been
Nice
very
jumps.
hot this. this tournament so far. I think he's sitting about 56% save percentage coming into this one, so certainly extended it with a few big saves so far in this game. Skip over the top to Josh Simpson-Pink. He'll take the heat out of it, let his team regroup and get some shape. It's their first real settled offense this quarter. Just had a fast break opportunity, but.
And you have to think here that Wales, you know, they're in no rush offensively right now. They have a 4-goal lead. Clearly they don't want to pack it. Could have had a Ward right there, very close to one.
Tomo Rossa just taking the heat out of it, passing it down low. Chapman now,
Nice
tip
deflection.
pass. Josh Simpson-Pink going in for the ground ball, but can't get it. Chapman, he really is a grafter down there for Wales, does well, kicks it up. Alex Williams just trying to push the tempo, finds Tomo Rossa, and another big save there from Turgo. He's been hot today for just a lazy little shovel pass. Gets turned over, and Joe Harris stood at the top telling Tomo Rossa, let's just spread it, take the heat out. It's a big stop. It's come off a ground ball, that last opportunity. Very unsettled, pass inside. Would have backed Tomo Rossa to put it in the back of the net, but Josh Simpson-Pink coming over the top of Joe Harris's pick. He just kicks it back out. Alex Williams skips it in. Stringer, that's his third of the day. Fantastic little move. It started with a nice drive over the top from Josh Simpson-Pink. He's passed it down. Will Monks has moved it quickly to Alex Williams, who finds experienced attacker Ben Stringer in there for a nice little finish off the deck.
Yeah, that was a nice finish right there. Good passing, and as you mentioned before, you know, Turgo with the great save on the prior shot that had come in. But Wales, like you said, that's suffocating. They get to the ball, they retain possession, they work hard on the ground balls. They got that second chance opportunity, like I mentioned earlier, and they did cash it in.
Yeah, certainly. Nice little flick forward, but he's gone early, Will Graham. I think as it comes to this later stages of this game, I think you'll see the experienced heads in Wales' attack just really taking control. Got Ben Stringer up there, Alex Williams, and then of course Paul Simpson, all played multiple tournaments for Wales, and they'll know in a game like this to just control it. But some very aggressive defence there from Wales. Joe Harris comes up with the ball, passes it out, and they're looking to push it now. Nice roll. It's a great finish yet again. Stringer gets his fourth. It's come, as I say, some very aggressive defence at the top there from Owen Edwards. Nice little transition through Jack Hallett, down, and
Yeah, that one's got to hurt right there because Croatia had the ball. You know, they're looking to possess. They turn it over, and a great defensive play by Wales. Transition gets kicked the other way. They run a little fast break, and Stringer, you know, fourth one again, bouncing that one, top shelf, nice goal.
certainly was. We were just talking about the experience of that Wales attack, and Ben Stringer shows his experience, just calms it down there. Another great little face-off win there from Jack Hallett. He's been fantastic today.
And that's what makes it equally difficult for Croatia to get back into this game, because Wales has been able to score goals and they make it, you know, and then they take the ball back on the face-off. So this is, again, just time running off the clock. Time is working against Croatia at this point, and Wales is smartly right now just taking their time, clearing the ball.
Certainly. Aaron, he definitely likes to get over halfway, but
You may have seen the Israel goalie, or was the Italian goalie the other day, I think it was, who scored a goal.
yeah, I think Aaron Davies got that in his locker, but it was a smart decision to pass to Tomo Rossa there. Yeah, again, they'll just be patient, work the right looks. That's a great little move there, and a great finish.
Beautiful.
That's James Tiley with that one, his first goal of the day. And a great little move down the alley, beats a short stick defender, comes inside, and
It's a little hitch that he gave right there, sort of froze the defender, you know, brought it to the left, came back to the right, and finished.
yeah, we've got a timeout here. I think smart decision from Croatia. Let's just take the heat out of it and regroup as a team.
At 9-2, down 7 goals with a little over 9 minutes remaining. You know, they need almost a goal a minute in the remainder of this game, and they're in a tough spot right now. Croatia, it's going to have to start with this next face-off. They need possession of the ball. They need to score quickly and keep getting it back.
Certainly do. They've got the ability to do it up there. They've had some good looks at times, but both keepers, Aaron Davey and Jussi in that first half, Jussi Groot, big games from them. And you say, it's important for them to start getting a few face-off wins and then start pushing the tempo a little bit more.
Been impressed with Wales though today. Just nice ball movement, some great dodging, and like you said, the relentlessness, the riding. They've done a really great job with that.
Certainly have. I think speaking to some of their coaches after the tough Ireland game, they were very happy with how they defended, and particularly happy with Aaron Davies' performance in between the sticks. They were just frustrated. I think 47 minutes they counted in defence. I think conceded 11 in the end, 11-2 that score. When they got the ball up there, they struggled to get things going, but they've looked a bit sharper today as Tomo Rossa walks out and rallies his supporters on this near side.
Encouraging those fans to give a big cheer. He's sort of a dynamic player. I was watching him in the Ireland game, watching him today too. Just strong, runs really hard. There was a few times the other day in the Ireland game where he would ride it, clear it himself, run through 3 bodies and get it upfield. Sometimes he gave a little wave to the Irish players as he did that too.
Yeah, certainly. He's a proud Welshman. You see them all when they sing that anthem before the game. They do it a cappella and they do it with pride. And
love it.
What it means for these boys to put on this shirt is something else. It's great to see. Sort of flick out. It's a free ball called. A lot of aggression. It's quite scrappy. Ball's on the deck still. Wales come up with it with Harry Perry. That's not what Croatia needed starting just after this timeout. Ball over the top here to Finn Sykes. He scored quite a few for Wilmslow this year. Doesn't manage to do so there, but Wales get it back. Nice kick up. Josh Simpson-Pink passes it down. Tomo Rossa. Good defence there, and then
fast break opportunity here. Oh, nice job. Oh, we
Will
could have
Monks
flag
with a
on the
big
play
hit,
though.
I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't agree with that call at all.
He went push.
It looked like the side to me, but he was turning, so you can see why it's given. Will Monks got up.
And it was a little bit bigger than your sort of run-of-the-mill push call. That was a kind of a relatively heavy hit. I think he was so.
Certainly, he's going to sit 30 seconds technical anyway. Croatia get an opportunity to hopefully claw one back with just over 8 minutes in this game.
Yeah, they have to have a sense of urgency right here.
Yeah, and we see Ford on this attack again. Tom Porter just being aggressive. He gets his bouncer off. He'll be full of confidence after getting a goal in that last quarter. It's always great to see a pole goal. And
you have to think, though, in this man-up, he's going to want that skip pass, get his hands free, and with that pole, you can, like, right there.
Just like that.
Exactly, because
Aaron Davey.
The amount of speed you can generate on the ball right there with that pole. Whenever you see, like, the fastest shot competitions in the PLL and things like that, it's oftentimes it is a pole. That leverage you have with the pole.
Certainly. The penalty is released, so we're all even in terms of players. Great
big
defense.
Hit, flag down.
Tom Porter, and he takes.
Came in a little high. We have.
Ball,
keep them coming, right? Multiple flags.
Yeah, that was John Brennan just.
That might
letting
be.
Tom Porter know he wasn't happy with how his teammate got hit there, and now we've got a bit of off ball. We've got a flag.
Unfortunate when you lose your composure like that. Because right now you could have matching. I think I've never seen this many flags thrown at once. I think everyone's thrown their 2.
Yeah.
Hats will be coming next.
Good guy, John Brennan, picking them up for the officials though. There's quite a few for them to pick. Oh, and he's just dropped it in front of them. I don't like to see that. Or maybe he's been told to actually.
Yeah, he told him to put him down, I think.
Ah, okay.
Probably they don't know whose is whose.
Yeah. Hope they wrote the names on them. I'll have to pay attention to what gets called here.
My flags are, I don't know my name, but I could pick them out of a lineup. They've been used for about 10 years, so they have a few miles on them.
So John Brennan's gone to the bench. He obviously hit Tom Porter off ball.
Came in high with that hit. You might be looking at a multiple potential.
Taking his helmet off. I don't know if he's been told he's out the game. That'd be a big loss. He's looked a good player at times, John Brennan. Struggled to get one today, but
that was a high hit on the Croatian player once the ball was away. Then they took exception with the hit, and we have, referees convention in the middle there. They're going to talk it over.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of how physical this game has been at times. Both defences really putting their bodies on the line, and
I would imagine they'll tighten very much up after this in terms of they won't be wanting any shenanigans to happen after this point.
Yeah, certainly. I know this Croatian team are quite young, so a big hit like that, and it was high from Tom Porter. A big hit like that on one of the players. It's good to see someone sticking up for him, I think. Letting him know that's not acceptable on a young lad.
As we await the officials adjudicating these fouls, they're sort of getting straight who they have, what numbers, who's going for what. They'll let the bench know, and then we'll let you know once we know.
Well, he's struggling to count here, the refs. A lot of minutes to total up.
I have to say, looking at this from an officiating perspective too, those are difficult spots because there's a lot going on. You have 3 sets of eyes. Who's looking at what? You got to write down numbers. I've had to work where there's been sort of almost bench clearing brawls, and it's difficult. That wasn't quite that, but there's other things happening. He's reporting it over there to the bench.
I'm struggling to see what he's given.
Cross-check contact to the head right there. I think he's saying right there. Full-time serve. It could be, I'm not sure in the international play. I know that, NCAA rules, if it's with intent to the head, that's 3 minutes locked in. I don't know whether that'll be the case here. Could be 2, could be 1. I'm not sure. And they lock in personals here anyway, so it's interesting to see how this will shake out.
Looks like both teams are serving 2, potentially. Oh, maybe not. You've got Paul Chapman and Tom Porter for Wales, and then on the Croatian side, I'm guessing it's number 20, John Brennan.
Yep.
We've got number 7. Oh no, he's just subbing off.
So it'll stay Croatia ball because they have more penalty minutes likely right here. Because sometimes you have the live ball hit, then you have the dead ball foul, then you have another dead ball foul. So it toggles back and forth there with the possession arrow, but it will stay with Croatia. So we're 5 on 4 from a offensive perspective for Croatia.
They're just getting their last player out, and they'll get things going here. They really need to get something out of this opportunity. They're moving well, Croatia, off ball. Really making that Wales defence work. And a nice little pass.
Dodging man up's a tough call to do, though.
Indeed, and some good defence from the Poles in there. And then we've got the ball cleared up the field by Owen Edwards. He's been very reliable LSM for them today. Stringer just taking that pressure and trying to kill his penalties.
And Croatia's going to push out. They're going to really try to come up with this ball, dislodge it, look to double, anything they can do.
Certainly, he gets it up to Tomo Rossa. There's a penalty getting released, I don't know which one.
That will be Wales.
So it's the first one for Wales. It looks like the other 2 players in that bench were serving 2 minutes each as they stay seated. So it's 5 on 5. Joe Harris kicks it up, Stringer, bouncer. Tomo just backs it up nicely. Just over 6 minutes left in this game. It's been very entertaining, I would say.
Sure has. We've had a lot of nice play. I'll tell you, Turgo in net, the second time I've gotten to see him, really impressive today. And I'll tell you, Davey coming in the second half is really, he's been equal to just about everything that's been thrown at him. So
yeah, I think looking at the results across the tournament, there has been quite a few low-scoring games, considering the attacking talent, and it speaks volumes for how good these keepers are. And Tomo Rossa rolls inside there, and another stop for Turgo.
Oh,
Rossa
he won a second
almost
attempt.
He does come up with it's an interesting flick. Josh Simpson-Pink just got all the time in the world to pick that
and that's
up.
a beneficial little flick that he had on there because they just retain possession, take more time. We have a timeout on the field.
I know he'll be fuming at that. He just built up the head of speed. Pinky got his hands free past his player, and his coach calls a timeout. But I think a great decision from coaching staff, especially with Pinky's shooting today. It was probably going to go wayward anyway.
And Pink, you know, with that, his stick stands out too, so I always know where he is in the field because I just look for his stick head, which sort of matches his name in a way.
Yeah, a really good kid. As I mentioned earlier, came through the England academy system. He unfortunately picked up a really bad injury from his time out in Limerick. Tore his Achilles, so great to see him back competing at this international stage. Now for Wales, obviously, he's been sharp for them. Just won today, it's his 5th of the tournament. Sorry, I think it's his 6th of the tournament. I think he got 5 in that opening game. So he's shut out by a very strong Irish defence in the second, and fantastic goal earlier on for him. Be hoping he can potentially add another in the last 5 minutes. Ball starts up top. With
Croatia's in a tough spot right here. You know, they're still their man down right here.
Oh, interesting. Maybe the player got 3 minutes.
He might have been. Maybe for that, just for that after the hit sort of thing.
Got a nice little wave there from Finn Sykes towards the camera.
Not sure he got his money's worth for the 3.
No, definitely not. I think he was trying to be nice picking those flags up as well.
Yep.
Referees didn't see it as that much of an act of kindness, I don't think. Ball goes down. Simo just unable to get it. Good ride there from Stringer. Soaks the pressure well. Still going now. He gets no trip call. I think he's just fallen over his own feet. Joe Harris gets it going back. Down to Pinky. Just bobbles. Soaks that pressure.
It's a nice take by Pink right there. He split the 2 defenders, and again, really good scoring attempt for him, and Turgo is equal to it.
Yeah, he does soak pressure well. Josh Simpson-Pink, and beats a double team, but fantastic save yet again from Turgo. Got the ball up yet again with Ford. He kicks it down. Stays on the offense again. They need to push the tempo a little bit. Penalties released. We're all even.
Yeah, they needed to drive to the net right here.
Here's the man who served that penalty, John Brennan. Gets his hands free, just shoots it behind.
Four minutes remaining in this game.
They do have some talented players in attack, and they'll hope they can get a couple back. There is one of those players. He kicks it behind. John Brennan soaks that pressure. Fantastic finish for his team. He gets hyped after his 3-minute penalty. Really soaks.
Seems like he was a little animated after that goal. Nice goal. Had a few words to say, I guess.
Yeah, and the Wales defence too concerned with what he said rather than playing defence on him. He soaked that pressure really well. It was physical defence, but gets his hands over the top and puts a bouncer in the back of the net. 9-3 the score. Jack Hallett coming out to take this face off now. What calls for delay at game from some of the Wales side as Croatia was slow getting out for this face off, and that's why Jack Hallett has been dominant today.
Nothing there.
Nothing there, but Paul Chapman comes up with it. He's got ahead of steam, he's quick when he gets going, into Stringer. Keep it well. Just slow getting it down. Just get it there though. And they'll call a timeout now, Croatia.
Interesting that they were slow getting their personnel out for the last face-off, and Wales was looking for the sort of delay when, in the end, the more time that runs off the clock, it works to Wales' favor. Being up 6 goals at this point, 2 minutes and 21 seconds left.
Certainly. They'll hope they can get a couple back. Obviously, it looks like the game is probably a little bit away from them, especially with Wales' success on the face-off, but the way this tournament works, if they finish third, it doesn't mean they're out. They just need the goal difference to be important. The best 2 third-place teams out of the 5 groups also progress to the knockout rounds. So there'll be a few teams watching eagerly at home. or at the hotel, should I say. Wanting to see the scoreline.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see after today being the last day of pool play, and they'll move into that knockout round starting tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see how things fall. You know, who gets the 1 seed, who gets the, you know, we have 1 through 5 being the first place finishers. It'll be interesting to see how they sort of settle in there. I've had a chance to see a bunch of these teams. England very strong. They had a nice win yesterday over Latvia. Italy's very strong side. Israel, Ireland, who's topping this group, has been a solid team as well. So
Certainly.
I've been impressed with Scotland. I've seen them twice during this tournament, and they had that sort of difficult loss they had the first night to Switzerland, but they've bounced back and done pretty well since then. So it'll be interesting to see if they can grab one of those third-place spots.
Yeah, definitely. I know there'll be a team watching eagerly at home. See a lot of club teammates between that Scottish side and this Welsh side. So, and of course, they'll be looking.
And they're a team you kind of don't want to see if you're one of the seeds. They're a good team.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a solid team.
They fall into that third place spot. Yeah. They've got a decent goal difference, so Touchwood should progress. But yeah, they'll be watching this eagerly, and not only supporting the Welsh, but also hoping that the scoreline can ramp up a little bit more in Wales' favour to help their goal difference count.
And
that's a great aggressive play yet again from Harry Perry. He's been fantastic today. Plays his lacrosse down south at Hillcroft.
Tough spot to be, call the timeout, set something up, a little bit of pressure, and the ball gets turned over again.
Yeah, I think that's what the defensive coaches would have been talking about for Wales. Nick Hewitt running the defence for them. He's obviously said, look, they're going to come and try and play us. Let's play them back, and it worked. Aaron Davey taking a sting out, going back to Harry Perry. And we've got an offside from Green.
3 right there.
The
flag on the play.
We've got a flag. I'm confused.
It wouldn't be a flag if it's an offside, just because they had the ball, they would lose possession.
It sounded to me like he said offside or white.
Yeah, maybe he might have said green, but I thought he said green, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to figure it out.
So it could be that white, yeah. Well, I think let's see what he says with this flag. Yeah, the flag's going to be wiped off, so he threw the flag. It's going to go to Croatia. Because it is a technical foul to be offside, but it's not time serving. If your team has the ball, you just lose possession.
Good defense there from Paul Chapman.
Yeah, Wales is pushing out right here. They're not letting anything. They're not letting them set up at all. They're as aggressive as they've been all day. The final minutes.
Of course, they want a statement
Nice
game
check right there.
Obviously, they were very good in their opening game against Sweden and tough loss against Ireland. They'll really want to show those teams in the later stages that they're here to ball. And Pinky coming up with it now. He'll push the tempo, kicks it down low. Jamie Chambers passed it across.
Oh.
It's unfortunate there. Would have been nice to see Owen Edwards get his goal.
That would have been a highlight reel goal too.
Good
for Edwards.
Stringer kicking it. Owen Edwards backs it up, and he'll let Jamie Chambers pick it up now.
Under a minute to go in this one.
Another time out. Pinky's not happy with that again. It's twice they've called it when he gets the ball, and he likes to be aggressive when he does get it, but just under a minute left, and Wales will try and use that last possession. Be nice for them to get 10 goals.
Yep, they would like to get to that. And again, every goal, you never know when you want to fight to, I guess, hope they'll be a second place team, but even with seeding and things, you want to have your goal differential be bigger.
Certainly. I'm just trying to see number of saves that Turgo's made today. It looks like it's not been filled out online on Point Bench, but he has been formidable for that.
And in the 2 games that I've seen, that's been the storyline. He's very solid back there.
Yeah, it looks like Wales have taken 16 shots, obviously only 9 goals. That seemed like a lot more than that to me, but as I say, there's been a lot of penalties, so those Point Bench guys over there have been active. I'm sure that'll be updated later on. But he has been a brick wall yet again for Croatia. We were talking about teams not wanting to face Scotland at later stages. If they come through in that 3rd place spot, I think the same will be for this Croatian side.
Yeah.
The physical.
Forward's been strong defensively today. The goaltender's been very strong.
Certainly. You've got Domic down the other end, number 12. It's been quite quiet today, but he's not had as many minutes, but he's shown glances of a big threat. Again, John Brennan. So this Croatian side can ball as well, and with Turgo in net, you definitely won't want to face them. Jamie Chambers just looking to engage here. He takes a shot. Turgo yet again. He's a big guy and he fills that goal. He baits a little bit low, drops and jumps back out. Pinky, nice little roll. Keeps it well.
If Chambers had switched hands to the right hand, he might have increased his shooting angle a little bit, but it was a great save by Turgo.
Yeah, I don't think they teach weak hands out in Sheffield.
No.
But
you know what? It's becoming more and more. It used to be like when I was coaching and playing, you were just adamant that they had to go offhand and shot goes awry there. But nowadays, with the advent of a lot of the Canadian players, a lot of the box influence, you're seeing a lot more of just keeping it in the strong hand.
Certainly, Stringer turns a corner, pulls it just
he wanted
wide.
another one there.
He's got 3 today. He has been sharp, but can't add to his tally. 6 seconds. They'll look to push it, kick it inside.
And he goes BTP, another save, Turgo.
Big stop. Josh Simpson-Pink gets his hands free.
And that'll be the end of the game.
Full time. We have had a fantastic game. I've really enjoyed calling it here.
Me too. It lived up to the billing. I think it was a very physical game. A lot of great things to see, and Wales on the winning side.
Certainly was a great one. 9-3 the final score. Wales boys just going into keeper Aaron Davey. He was quality yet again, as was Yossi.
So thank you here from Lax TV. We'll step away. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
I'm here with Joe Harris, also known as Hollywood Harris, number 23 from Wales, after they defeated Croatia. 3-1 ending the tournament, ending pool play. How do we feel about the rest of the tournament?
Really good, yeah. We came out, we said we needed a win today, and we came out and did that. We scored 9 goals, which is really what we're looking to do. Looking forward to our next opponent. Obviously, it's going to be tough from here, but yeah, really looking forward to it.
It was a very tough physical game today, but you're used to that after playing at MMU. What is the differences between playing in a university and playing on the national team?
Yeah, I mean, you need a lot different to this. It's a lot more physical, international lacrosse. Obviously, in uni, you have a lot of newer players coming through, but yeah, international lacrosse is a whole different game, yeah. But a lot of team spirit, which you get in both. But yeah, really good.
And then your fan section over here, always cheering every single second of the game. What's that mean to you, to your team, and for your country?
I know. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great to see everyone's family out here. You know, we always get a lot of guys coming over and really showing support. You know, we like to see it on the bench as well as the fans. So yeah, it's reciprocal on both ends.
All right, awesome. That is Joe Hollywood Harris
Thank you.
from Wales after defeating Croatia 9-3. Thank you. Good luck.
I'm here with number 48, John Ford of Team Croatia after their loss to Team Wales. John, this is your first international tournament that you've played in. Tell me about the experience, what it's been like to be here in Poland, and most importantly, to play along with these guys.
Yeah, look, happy to be here, happy to represent Croatia. Always fun to put the gear on, represent the flag. But more importantly, it's great to know those guys. Those are guys that are fighting for me. I'm fighting for them. So happy to be here and have them on my team.
Now, at this point in the tournament, we're still a little unsure of where things stand, but how do we prepare for the next portion of the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking it one game at a time. We're here, so don't plan on leaving too early, see where things pan out, but at the end of the day, just happy to be here with the boys.
Now, I want to ask you, you play at Notre Dame, so what is the biggest difference in the actual lacrosse itself that you've seen playing both internationally and at the college level?
Yeah, I mean, having no shot clock definitely changes a few things. I'm doing a little bit more than I'm used to at Notre Dame, playing a little bit of offense, looking a little rusty, but at the end of the day, different rules, different style of play. There's a lot of good players out here. A few Notre Dame guys. We got Mike Hawkins on Portugal. He's about to play up here, I think. So bunch of good guys. Fun to see some guys from high school. A little bit of the high school game in this, but no, there's high quality players here.
One more time, this is John Ford of Team Croatia after their game with Team Wales here at Day 5 of the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championships. Thanks, John.
Thank you.